Raiders and Saints watch parties. Like, it's the most bizarre Packers and Saints watch parties.
I think
like,
I've seen like Oklahoma fans up there before too. It's bizarre.
They have a very eclectic taste. They kind of love everybody, which I love that about them, is that odds are if you're in there and then you're not a Saints fan on a Sunday, you could probably find a television with your game on it and maybe around a cornhole.
And if that one's packed, hit up the one in Uptown, because that one usually has good seating, and we've been there several times.
Yeah, that's not a bad call as well, Chris. That's a good call as well. All right, so I think I'm through 4, and have you done 3?
Yeah.
All right, so who do you have for your 4th game day vibe in Denver?
Okay, well, since, you know what? Let's see, we've covered Broadway. We've covered a few other ones, neighborhoods. Yeah, so we've hit most of the neighborhoods, and I'm thinking, you know, this one wasn't around for game days last year due to COVID and stuff, but I'd love to check out DNVR Bar for an upcoming game day.
Yeah, so that one's literally right there across the corner from us. So those guys, for those that don't know, they opened the week of the pandemic. Corner of York and Colfax, they're great people. We had them on the podcast, but the episode was never able to air because the fucking postseason was canceled. So obviously we couldn't air irrelevant conversations. But the crew over there are fantastic folks, and the bar scene really is cool. So it used to be Three Lions, the soccer pub. Now it's more DNVR, which they have a podcast studio and a shop in house, but they still have the bar and like the whole TV setup. So it's still fucking gnarly. They have a wide array of beers and cocktails. Menu's still mostly the same. They've added some new burgers and shit, but they also have golden tea. So you're right on. That's a good spot. That's a real good call. Have you not been there?
No, I've been there. I'm just saying, like, I haven't been there for like a game day or something to watch a big sports.
I feel like I saw on their Twitter or their Instagram that they were even talking about doing so for those that are looking for a whole game day experience, that they were talking about maybe selling tickets for ticket holders, where you'll take like a shuttle bus from the bar down to the game and then back, so you can like have a beer before pregame and then go. Look into that, dnvrsports.com. But they're good people over there, and I like what they're doing. So shout out to those guys. That's a good call.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. So for the 5th one, we've named a bunch of bars, but let's zigzag a little bit. Let's go back to food a little bit. Give me your favorite game day pizza.
Okay. I'm gonna give you my go-to game day pizza for right now, and I think because it's so filling, I'm going to have to go with Blue Pan. While you'll pay a little more for a pie, chip in that extra $1 and you can get that Detroit-style pizza, and, I mean, it feeds
you're not splitting
everybody.
It's easily like in that top tier of pizza in Denver. And if you're new to Denver or if you're not from here, it's a Detroit-style pizza mostly, but they have a thin crust as well. It came from the Brown Dog Tavern in Telluride, but they make delicious fucking pizza. But yeah, I mean, everyone knows the Blue Pie. I thought you were going to really throw like a sleeper in there on us, but I guess not. Not today, Chris.
Well, I will say, too, actually a place that's probably it's over in the Wash Park area. If you want to go in, they've got great pizza, homegrown tap and dough.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but they've got a good beer selection. They've got really good pizzas and a little more food if you'd prefer that route. But they've got a big outdoor area, and
it's very family friendly and TV heavy, so that's a good call. Yeah. So if you have the kids on a Sunday and you're listening to this and you're like, fuck, what am I supposed to do with them? I want to watch the games instead of go to the park. Take them to Homegrown. Let those kids just play around the traffic area. Shit like that.
But delivery, I'm going Blue Pan.
There you go. That's fair. All right, so you gave 2. I'll give you my 2. There's a new spot on the scene that was not available last game day, and that's Redeemer Pizza, Chris. Y'all saw it on our social media. I've talked about it. We've talked about it in extent on this episode. I think it's a perfect pizza for football games because the crust isn't like real light with tons of shit, so it all falls off or it doesn't have any bottom. The pizza kind of holds true, so I really dig it in that regard. And then my second pizza, this is a pizza that may oftentimes go unrecognized, but it shouldn't, because while it may be in a food hall, it is churning out dankness, and that's Grabowski's. Grabowski's Pizza, based out of the Source, another Rhino-based location. They're doing Chicago tavern style, thin crust, square cut. It's fucking divine. I fucking love it. They're not open Mondays, but they're open Sundays. So take advantage of it. They have solid apps as well. That's my pizza spot that's good for delivery as well.
I like it.
Yeah. So I think we gave some folks some good variety this week on the High Five. You know, before we dive into the episode, is there anything we're missing out on talking-wise?
No, I mean, we got football season coming up. We hit where we like to catch games and some of our
What do you have on the
spots.
weekend this weekend, Chris? Tell everybody about your little marathon.
Oh, shit, it's not a marathon, but I registered for the Summit Up 7K race at Copper Mountain.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm just going for completion. I'm not trying to beat some certain time. I'm just trying to make it.
Yeah, that's what I tell my girlfriend. So,
Zinger.
Thank you. And then I'll be out of commission this weekend, so maybe Chris will have to run the social media. So if he burns shit down, that's what happens. But I'll be out of commission. I'll be in the wild woods of the Pacific Northwest looking for Bigfoot and smoking pot by the lake.
He's out there.
Yeah. So
And I will hit up Outer Range on the way home back from the race. That's a given.
there we go. That's what I like to hear. Well, yeah, so we hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I apologize for it being a one full episode instead of a two-parter, but with everything going on this week and the holiday, it's just been kind of nightmare scheduling. We'll be back next week. We're going to have a twofer, I think, or maybe, yeah, once I get back from vacation, we'll be back on the twofer schedule. So until then, enjoy cannabis from our two sponsors, Seed Smith and Callie's. We love you guys. Chris, anything?
Go drink some Lady Justice beers.
There we go. Lady Justice beers. Cheese. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode, another week of Stoned Appetit. With your host, as always, it's me, Kip, and fresh off a fish weekend. Chris, how are you, brother?
Doing great.
Yeah?
We're at a brewery. We haven't been to one of those in a while for a podcast.
I know. This is, in fact, our first on-location episode of Season 3, and I'm fucking ecstatic.
Fuck yeah, and we're like basically in where the magic happens.
Yeah, we're talking all things brews today, y'all. So get excited. But before we get into tipping our cap or tipping our hand as to where we are, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors of the podcast. As y'all know, we love our friends both at Seed Smith and Callie's Cannabis. Not only do they take care of their patrons, or whatever the term may be, with rewards programs as well as deals of the week. But one thing that we really have been hyping about Seed Smith recently is their new location. So not only are they available at most locations, you can find the Dart pen and the Dart cartridge, which we've spoken very highly of, but they've also got a new dispensary all of their own that they've recently opened at 1413 Heckler Way in Louisville, Colorado. We've been excited to partner with them because, as you know, they've taken extra steps to make sure that they've kind of helped out and been a part of the community, and they're working with folks in the hospitality industry. So we love that. We love the vibe, and we also love their bud. They have great flower, great edibles, great cartridges. Pretty much everything you need, they got you covered over there. And then not to mention our friends over at Callie's Cannabis, the folks that we like to hit up every time we're downtown. Callie's is a homegrown operation named after Mama Bear. The whole family's in on it. It's grown right here locally in Denver, and they have locations spread out across Denver from 8th and Kenosha Court, right there on Jason Street, right off Jason Street, to my favorite one, which is the one right there in Rhino next to Rye Society at 31st and Larimer. I mentioned it earlier in the kind of the dual pitch about how there's great rewards programs and daily discount deals. They've got epic ones over there at Callie's, and all three locations play by the same rules. So go check them out, Seed Smith and Callie's Cannabis. Those are our two local dispensaries with quality nugs, great deals, rewards programs for all of their buyers and customers. Whew.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, now back to the beer convo. Let's have some fun.
Yes, let's meet these people.
Yes. So we're coming to y'all today from Lady Justice Brewery. Y'all may have seen us talk about them on social media, but we're finally in-house, and as Chris said, we are literally where the magic happens in the back brewery room. You ready to have some fun?
Yeah.
All right, well, without further ado, let's see if I fuck up these last names. We have Betsy Ley, easy one. Allison Wisneski. Yes, the Polish last names always give me a tough one. And they are the ladies behind Lady Justice Brewery. Ladies, thank y'all so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes.
This is a dream come true. This is my dream podcast.
This is going to be the most fun episode ever. Y'all may have heard a little bit of the trailer of us talking about Back to the Future and other 80s and 90s movies. But we're going to dive deep into everything today, from beer to pop culture references and some of the hardest hypotheticals we've ever fucking heard in our life.
We're ready.
But before we do any of that, we like to start every episode the same way. And in order for that to happen, I'm going to pass it off to Chris and go enjoy this delicious strawberry seltzer. Go for it.
All right, Betsy, since you're so close to me.
Yes.
Are you a transplant or a native?
I am a transplant.
Where are we coming from?
I came from St. Louis about 21 years ago, so I don't know where you draw the line. But I wasn't born here, but I've been here.
But 21 years.
I've been here longer than I haven't been here.
Yeah, that's...
You don't get the native sticker for that.
No. Well, none of us white people should. Just going to put that out there. None of this land is our land.
Well, I'm glad you got ahead of that one. But I'm sure we can find you like a coexist that you get after 20 years. That was too easy. It's like the light beer, like the Budweiser to Bud Light.
Yes.
It's the native to the coexist.
There we go.
It's just everything bolder.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what brought you out here 21 years ago?
I did my undergrad at the University of Denver. So I was looking for a digital media studies program, which in the year 2000 didn't exist except for here and Peoria, Illinois. And when you are in St. Louis, you don't go to Peoria, Illinois, because that's boring, right? So we went to Denver.
Yeah.
I went to Denver.
I think we have a friend from Peoria.
It's a lovely place.
Is that
Yeah, great. We love the casserole country folk.
Yeah.
the Midwestern.
Yeah, but when you grow up there,
cream of mushroom city. Over
yeah,
there, is
yes,
what we like to call
exactly.
it.
When you grow up there, you got to go somewhere else. So I went somewhere else.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
and you're obviously smarter than us because we did the same thing, but we couldn't get the fuck out of state. We had to wait until after school and then come
Yeah.
west.
Yeah. So let's see. So we'll give a real quick, short, brief bio. After University of Denver, you stayed out here. What'd you do?
Yeah, well, I bounced around a little bit. I went to Buena Vista for a season and worked at a lodge there. Then I did leave for a little while. I moved to Dallas and went to graduate school.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and then it's been a year
for
or two.
Digital
No, not
societal media.
No, for theology. So I have a master's degree.
Get the fuck out, really?
A master's degree in theology.
I'm glad to see you've applied all of those things into your
well,
everyday work.
Yeah, there's a lot of theology in beer if you let it happen.
You pray a lot. You're like, please don't fuck up. Please don't fuck up.
Yes.
Dear God, you son of a bitch! If this beer doesn't know,
So you're a theologian.
Well, kind of.
Yes, she is. Don't let her.
Heard.
Don't let
I
her.
am
cover her shit.
not a religious person, but I do find it very interesting. Yeah, I could talk too much about it. So,
Okay.
But yeah, so then I came back here, did Americorp. I served as a Vista, volunteer in service to America. So basically, I lived at the poverty level for 2 years here in Denver. And
By
served,
choice.
By choice.
We may add.
You do it by choice.
This is kind of like nunnery, but where you can drink.
Yeah, exactly.
And not be actually religious.
And we drank a lot, and because the job sucked, and so my friends that I met there, one of them happens to be my now wife, Allison, and then 2 other people that I met during Americorp were Jen and Kate, who are my co-founders of this brewery. So Americorp kind of put my roots back down here, and have been here ever since.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. So, but real quick, how long ago was Americorp?
Let's see. I was in that program. We did that from 2009 to 2011.
Okay. So did you lead the brewing process in that group?
Yeah, I mean, all 3 of us were home brewers, and so we brewed a lot together, actually, over the first few years.
Is it cheaper to brew your own beer than to go buy PBR?
Well,
I mean,
well,
that
to go
is
by
a
PBR, it might
season.
not be or, I mean, it's pretty cheap. If you go to a homebrew shop, the expensive part is getting the equipment. But once you get the equipment.
Yeah, it's water mainly.
Yeah, water and grain. That stuff's pretty cheap these